Tell the people that it's on, my friend. Yeah, man. They don't want it, they don't really want to pay when it's time for the sacrifice. I've been following the best advice. I take notes from the one who really paid with life. I know the fakes, only wanna plagiarize. You know the best deposit that you're ever gonna make is time. These are mine now, here to shine. I move the pen, steady on the page till it feels divine. I've been blessed. Had to get a pass the test, it really came my way. I'm gonna count my days on the throne is the one that I praise. About to get a witness out of flow, get a dance when it's steady on the roll. Yes, I get to pray for the foes, even those that are claiming they friends. Been around a minute, had to learn how to move steady through the grass. Everybody wanna get the cash, who to trust, it's a question to ask. Not the one to dwell on the past too long. Love it when the flow's so strong. Get up in the morning, new song, gotta tell him that his son beat death. Only fair to show respect and a gift that I don't neglect. Glad that I'm back with a mic and a verse and the truth that I'm here to disperse. No one is a reason in birth. Gotta really figure your lane and you get to take aim and cross borders like cocaine. I've been playing a new game, following a new course. Yeah, one road if I wanna get to progress. Ideas are the keys that'll get them on the open. And mine's broad as an ocean. Mine's broad as an ocean.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
What's up, guys? How you living out there? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course. Shout out to everybody out there that's rocking with the channel.
And as always, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure it's set to all to get all our videos as they drop. Up and coming artists, man, you know what to do. Click the link in the description. If you got a full song you want us to do, we can get that done. Or we can place you in the front of one of our up and coming videos. We do about 60 seconds of your song. We can get that done as well, man. Either way, the information will be down below. All right, man. Mick Jenkins, man. What we got here? Wars and rumors of wars, freestyle?
I can't wait.
All right,
I can't wait, man. Mick is one of them dudes, man.
Yeah,
one of them underground. You know, I don't know if it's appropriate to call Mick Jenkins underground. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's these days it's hard to understand what underground is.
That's true.
But dude, Mick Jenkins, man,
is nice though.
Is nice. We done. Y'all know. Go check out our reactions to Mick Jenkins, man. One of the nicest out there. Period. We understand that there's marketing and everything that elevates artists in a visibility from a visibility standpoint. Excuse me. But there's a lot of guys, man. Mick Jenkins, Ransom, Nick Grant. A lot of these guys, man, can rap with the best of them on any given day.
Yes, sir.
Can rap with anybody. So that's Mick. So let's get into it, man. It's been a little while since we got to Mick Jenkins. Y'all told us to get this knocked out. Mainly on Instagram, we saw that. So shout out to everybody that requested this one. Let's get into it. Mick Jenkins, Wars and Rumors of Wars.
That'll make you angry as a motherfucker.
They said it wouldn't be televised. You would think it ain't no revolution. You shine a light and niggas translucent. Type crazy, no Cam Newton. These niggas ain't Panthers. These niggas in white hoods like clan movements. We seeing tap dances. Keep seeing crossovers. These niggas ain't hooping. Glossed over, nigga, we see it. No fly list. Niggas ain't tripping. In the cut like state troopers. Corpse flower, late bloomer. Niggas talking about the old ways. Okay, boomer. Slime put up in the old school. Crooked letter with the Vogue shoes. I know he a straight shooter. Keep a beat like a pacemaker. Keep the heat, we some peacemakers. Go debate Buddha. Placeholder.
Slow it down, Mick.
Yeah, buddy.
Boy.
That shit was nasty,
Boy.
too. My God.
Yeah.
That beat was filthy. The way that shit dropped in, it kind of built up.
That shit up.
Yeah, that shit was nasty. What'd he say, man? They said it wouldn't be televised. You know what I'm saying? We would think it's no revolution. That was a famous statement, right?
Yeah.
The revolution will not be televised, right? You shine a light and dudes are translucent, basically. You know what I mean? So I can see through you. He was all type crazy like Cam Newton. I don't really know what he means by that, but then he said, these dudes ain't Panthers. Cam Newton played for the Carolina Panthers, right?
Yep.
And what did he say? These dudes in white hoods like clan movements. We seeing tap dancers. So that whole scheme right there, what that tells me is he sees through people. I think you're fake. You're not really about the things that you talk about. Maybe he's talking about rappers. Maybe he's talking about people in the industry. Maybe he's talking about, just everybody on social media. I don't know. But it seems like he's like everyone is on this kick of trying to be, I'm about the culture. I'm about hip hop. I'm about uplifting urban communities and all this other stuff. Like, dude, man, you're translucent. When you're translucent, when you're translucent, you can see through people, right? You know what I mean? It's clear. You can see through it. So I can see through the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap dancing, y'all acting like, what, y'all puppets out this bitch? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But that whole scheme
that was crazy.
Was nasty, right?
That was crazy. He said so much before we stopped it, man. I'm looking at the video and I'm paying attention to the title of the song. in the video, Mick is standing in front of an old school, what looks like BMW, looks like an old school BMW, and it's in black and white. Kendrick Lamar is standing in front of an old school Grand National on his GNX album, and the video is in black and white.
Put up the comparisons.
I'm just, it's quite the you know, the coincidence here. I don't know. And then again, the title of the song is Wars and Rumors of Wars. We know that we're just coming off of a historical rap battle, you know what I'm saying, between Drake and Kendrick. So I don't know if that's alluding to, you know, him sort of addressing in his own way, or just sort of like, you know, putting his hat in the ring to kind of make his statement towards that beef, wars and rumors of wars. And when it says rumors of wars, like, is it rumors like I'm hearing that dudes want smoke? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just putting that out there. I'm not saying there's anything towards Kendrick. I'm just saying.
You started it up already.
I don't want to do it.
And then what he say? Keep seeing crossovers. These dudes ain't hooping. I like that. I like that right there. You know what I mean? Because, you know, when you hit somebody with a crossover in basketball, which is a basketball move, you're killing them, right? But I think he's saying you're crossing over. Like you can't pick a side. You know, you a Judas, so to speak. You know, no loyalty. You crossing over. You know, which way is it? You know what I mean? Y'all moving in white hoods like Klansmen and shit.
Right. Yeah. Seriously though. But he said the same. He was basically saying the same thing, but just wrapped it in just ill ways. But again, translucent. I see through you. You wearing hoods. Y'all tap dancing, crossing over. So again, this could be figures within the black community he could be talking about. It could be that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because we got the election just passed and all this other stuff, and he saw maybe people switch up. Or he could be talking about rappers that you know what I mean, seriously.
That's true.
Or he could be talking about rappers who, you know, are acting like they're activists and trying to be politically driven in their music, but then they sort of you know, they sort of are hypocritical, you know what I'm saying, in their actions, maybe playing industry games. You know, so you talk about this in your music, but I see right there, y'all ain't Panthers.
Y'all ain't about that.
I see through that bullshit.
You ain't about that life.
And I can think of a few rappers that told that line, but we ain't gonna name names though. Let's keep it going.
Slime put up in an old school. Crooked letter with the Vogue shoes. I know he a straight shooter. Keep a beat like a pacemaker. Keep the heat, we some peacemakers. Go debate Buddha. Placeholders out here claiming ruler, we going yard. Fairs Bueller got no regard for the new school. I'm so appalled. Don't come at me with the Fisher prices or the tissue paper. No, it's gonna dissolve. On the fringe, I could never come in under par. I'm overgawed. Got it out the mud with both strokes like it's motocross. Niggas gotta learn to hold up laws. These days, I know a broken sauce when I see one. Don't get your bread. 6'5", don't hit your head like a series finale. I'm going off. Full page, y'all couldn't buy me. Niggas hyenas. This shit is an elephant graveyard. Got them knock knees, nigga, not me. Fuck is you talking about lost sleep? Fuck with a nigga who don't rap. Got to tell me you niggas is lost sheep. These niggas is off Zans. I give them more bars. We'll need an autopsy. You need it in bulk. I'm Costco. Got it jumping. These niggas is not fleet. Fuck is you talking about top 3? They try to tell me it's nachos, a bodega the way that I chop cheese. Secondhand niggas can't clock me. The shit that I'm talking is hours. No 15 minutes could ever just stop me. Know where I'm getting my power, but truthfully don't really deal in the problems. Just Godspeed, my nigga.
Yeah, he went crazy.
What? Niggas claiming king, bet. Niggas popping flash. What? I ain't seen no wings yet. Shit, all I see is strings, bet.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Potent too.
Super nasty. Yeah, Mick is disgusting, man. Y'all better stop, man. Like, Mick is disgusting. You know, when I listen to dudes like Mick and King Los is another brilliant, you know, lyricist. And like I said, Nick Grant. But especially King Los, right? Like, I feel like him and Mick really, like, I feel like they look at these dudes, man, and they say, man, oh my goodness, man. The only thing separating me from being in this conversation is like the guy. Or one of the guys, the top guys, is a hit fucking record. That is the only thing. I feel like they look at, like, when I put the pen to the sheets, though, you know what I'm saying? When I put that pen to the pad and we're evaluating someone's skill set and how great they are with constructing bars and putting words together, I feel like they're looking at these dudes like, oh my God, like Big Three, because he said something in there like, ooh, Big Three. I just think they look like, oh, just that one thing. If, you know, marketing, two things, marketing and a hit record. You know what I'm saying? And getting that sort of mainstream appeal.
Right.
If you guys notice, like when people say album of the year, you know, there's thousands of albums that drop. And there's plenty of underground artists that drop incredible projects, but there's the only albums that get that visibility and that credit for album of the year that's even in consideration or get that nomination are albums that have mainstream appeal or just have been talked about or pushed or marketed in the mainstream. So I get that energy from him. Like the only thing that separating people or me from these dudes and keeping people from saying that I'm watching these dudes is those two things. So I felt that hunger throughout this whole thing, that sort of like chip on your shoulder feeling.
It felt like he was going crazy.
Yeah.
It felt like I'm gonna show people like let me show you how to really rap, so to speak.
Yeah.
What did he say, man? Is this a shot at Joey Badass, man? Placeholders out here claiming ruler, we going yard?
Yes.
So obviously placeholder, man, if something is standing in place, it's just there temporarily, right? And when he said claiming ruler, because he said, Joey Badass said, I'm the ruler. What did he say about
the ruler's back? He was referencing like
Slick Rick and all that
Jay-Z
shit
as well.
So obviously when you use a ruler, you have to keep the shit in place, right? It has to stay in place so you can do your measurement, right? We go in yards, so I think there's a ruler and measurement play there.
Little scheme.
But saying that Joey Badass is
a placeholder. Right. So when you think of a placeholder, who do you think? You think of like a substitute teacher. You ain't the real shit. You the placeholder to just keep us somewhat occupied, but you ain't really the real thing. You're the interim head coach. You know what I'm saying? You're not you're not the real thing, man. Stop it.
I really like this line, man. He said, "Don't come at me with those Fisher Prices or tissue paper. Know what is going to dissolve and shit." That is a hard line to me because I feel like what he's saying is don't play around. You know what I mean? Fisher Price is a toy manufacturer, right? You know what I mean? So don't play around. I'm not here to play games and shit like that. And I feel like what he means by tissue paper is another word for money, right? You know what I mean? So I think he's saying quick money. If tissue paper dissolves very easily, very quickly, right? Yeah. So I think he's saying like, no, I'm here for the long haul because he said I'm going yard. So I don't know. I could be going back to that line and maybe stretching a little bit, but that's the way I feel where he's going with that. But then he said something that kind of threw me off. He said, on the fringe, I could never come in under par. I'm going golf, right? Got it out the mud with 4 strokes like it's motocross. So when I hear that line right there.
That was hard, though.
That was hard, though, right? Because there's a whole golf scheme there, you know what I mean? There's motocross, an engine does have an engine stroke is a mechanical part of how an engine works, right? A gasoline motor works. But he's also talking about strokes with golf, right? Yep. But then he said, I could never come in under par. And under par, I thought was a good thing, right? In golf, like the least amount of strokes that you have, you know what I mean, is a good thing, right? If I could never come in under par, I'm like, well, is he saying that he's not good? But then I was digging into that because he said I got it out the mud, right? So which means that you came from nothing, right? And so when you look at that, you're like, okay, does he mean that he's not doing well or he is doing well, right? And the only thing I could come up with, man, is when you say someone is under par from a performance standpoint, that means they're not doing well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're under par. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing well. This is the average, and this is where you at. So you need some work. So, and then he said, got it out the mud. So what I think he means by that, bringing it back to the golf thing, is if you are under par, you are ahead, right? You have an advantage. I think he's saying he's never had the advantage. I've always, I can never come in under par. I'm never coming in, with the advantage. I got it out the mud. I had to fucking grind for mine, and I'm still killing it.
Then the motocross thing, obviously got it out the mud. When you think of a bike on motocross, they typically are in mud, and they have to rev the engine. I guess in this case, stroke the engine. I learned something new today. I didn't know stroke was a way. I didn't know that was a term for like an engine being revved up, but they stroke the engine pause, I guess, just to throw that out there, just in case. I'm gonna throw that just in case pause out there to get the bike out the mud. So, but he got it out the mud, like you said, Ryan. Meaning you didn't have anything, you came from the bottom and you got out the mud.
Yeah, man. So, dude's got to learn to hold that loss. I don't know who he's talking about there.
I have an idea.
These days, I know the broken sauce when I see one. I don't know, man.
Broken sauce. When you think of sauce, what do you think of when you think of sauce? You think of someone that has good charisma, they have an aura about them. And then he said, but they got to learn how to hold a loss. I know a broken soul. So is he saying a broken soul, a broken spirit? You know what I'm saying? When I see one and he's saying hold a loss, and then we have the title of this song called Wars and Rumors of Wars, and we talking about he's a rapper, so we thinking like the hip hop beef, the beef between Kendrick and Drake, and is he talking to Drake? Is he addressing? Y'all gotta learn how to hold a loss, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to, and now we know when he says you have to learn how to hold a loss. Why would he say that? Because that's insinuating that you don't know how to take a loss.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying you don't know how to take a loss because of the case going on, the lawsuit and all that with Drake, and you know, like, you got to sue niggas now, you know what I'm saying? So again, I think, to your point, I think he might be talking about Drake in that.
Yeah, man. What he said, like a series final, I'm going off. Yeah. And that's to your point, right? The way he sounded, right? The way he sounded was like, man, I'm just so tired of the bullshit, and y'all just really don't know who's really nice out here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and a series finale, right, when is the last episode of a season, right? And it goes off, right? You don't see it till the next season, or if that's the final season, you never see it again.
Yeah.
So, but he's saying, I'm going off like I'm going crazy. So there's a double entendre there, right?
Yep. Glossed over dudes. You know, we see it. No fly list dudes ain't tripping. No fly list dudes ain't tripping. If you're not flying, then you're not taking a trip, right? Like, again, imagine going on an airplane, no flying, you ain't tripping. But I think he's saying, dudes, I think either he's saying you're not fly, these dudes ain't fly, or he's saying maybe there's a no-fly zone for these dudes who are tap dancing, or he's saying, and when he says dudes ain't tripping, they really ain't on shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they not really about what they talk about. They ain't on shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, wordplay in there, gotta acknowledge that. That was dope.
Maybe he's saying, dude, I'm out here airing shit out. I'm killing all these dudes because we all know what the truth is. So I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, and it's gonna be an elephant graveyard out this bitch. I'm gonna kill everybody.
I like that. I
You know
like
what I'm
that
saying?
take.
Could be. I don't know, but it could be. How is another dude that don't rap gonna tell me how to rap?
Yep.
I don't know who he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
And then people follow him because you said, y'all lost sheep.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think he's saying, like, y'all are listening to dudes who don't rap, and you guys are taking their word as gospel. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to kind of critique me. Could be talking about us. I don't know. Or people
That's
like
true.
us. Could be. Or, you know what I'm saying? But how you going to tell, I'm not, like, I don't know who he could be referencing, internet personalities that we see that are a little wild, podcasters. He could be talking about a lot of people who have these voices in hip hop. They don't even rap. And y'all following them? You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, y'all lost sheep. You guys are lost to even take them serious when it comes to rapping. Keep a beat like a peacemaker. Keep the heat. We some peacemakers. Go debate Buddha. Keep a beat like a pacemaker. When you think of a pacemaker, obviously it's to keep your heart beating. You know what I'm saying? So, but keep the beat, right? The beat is a rap beat. Then he said, keep the heat. We some peacemakers. Go debate Buddha. Keep the heat, as he's talking about a gun. You know what I'm saying? Peacemakers, right? When you think of Buddha, you think of peace. In that religion, Buddhism is in peace, but also a gun is a peace.
Gun's gonna keep the peace.
He's gonna keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna quiet all the nonsense down.
Right.
Back up to that Cam Newton line when he said type crazy, no Cam Newton. You know what I mean? And that's coming off of him saying dudes is translucent. I can see through these dudes. So I don't know if he's saying these dudes are online typing crazy, no Cam Newton. So I think it may be also that Cam Newton, he's maybe saying like Cam Newton is type crazy though. Like he's a little off. You know what I'm saying, as well. So I'm curious to know kind of what he was saying by that just to kind of touch that little detail bar there. Type crazy, no Cam Newton, these dudes ain't Panthers is what he said at that. So like, or they're type crazy to think that they could even, mess with me on the microphone.
That
like
could
they
be
must
too.
be crazy. You know what I'm saying? But again, there's a play
That's
on
the type
Cam.
of crazy dude.
Yeah, it's type of crazy. But again, it's a play on Cam Newton, type crazy. He might be a little off. I don't know, but that was kind of slick.
Secondhand dudes can't clock me. So this shit is ours. No 15 minutes could ever stop me. So the whole clock scheme, right? Second hand is the minutes hand on the clock, right? But when you talk about second hand, you know what I mean? That's never positive. That's always some shit that nobody wants.
Lower tier.
Yeah, I don't want the thrift store shit. That's the second hand shit, right?
Yeah.
But he said this shit is ours. Hours on the clock, right? But ours as in OURS, like ownership. This is ours, right?
Yeah.
So that double play there, you know what I mean?
You can't clock him though.
Yeah,
you
know
can't
what I'm
mess
saying?
with him. You can't read him. You can't break him down. And y'all can't clock him. You can't mess with him.
Right.
Is how I'm taking it.
Yeah, that was hard,
but
right?
Again, clock is in the hours, minutes, clock. That was a nasty scheme. He also said that he had that Zanny bar too, right? These dudes is off Zans. Give them more bars. We'll need an autopsy. These dudes is off Zans. Give them more bars. We need an autopsy. Xanax, that's like a pill that dudes pop, right? And it's they call them Zanny bars. So I feel like that's a tie into in a shape like bars. That's why they call them Zanny bars. And I'll give them more bars, though. You know what I mean? More bars as in lyricism. They'll need an autopsy. So I'm gonna kill them lyrically. Don't need an autopsy, is what he's saying. That was dope. You need it in bulk. I'm Costco. You know what I'm saying? You need bars in bulk. I'm Costco, baby. I got more than enough.
I got a ball.
Bodega, the way that I chop cheese, he's referencing the New York bodegas. They make chopped cheese sandwiches in New York bodegas, right? But the way I chop cheese, it could be like talking about money. where do I get to the money?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But also it's nachos, but nachos. Is
Nachos?
I've seen that. I've
Velveeta?
heard, yeah, we've heard that shit a billion times. You know what I'm saying? Nachos, Doritos with two chains are said. We've heard that line used before. But again, just to kind of acknowledge the wordplay in that. Anything else?
And the Probablys, you want to do that? The Godspeed?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, let me see. Let me go back up. I want to make sure we not forget nothing. Okay, cool. Motocross. No. Yeah, we can
The
go.
Boomer? You want to do the Boomer one?
Yeah, that was the one. You know what I'm saying?
Corpse
Love
Flower,
that.
Late Boomer.
Where's that?
Right after the tripping. You know, niggas tripping. In the cut like state troopers, Corpse Flowers, Late Boomers. Niggas
That must be
talking about the
further
old
up.
ways, okay, Boomer.
What do you say? What did he say in the cut? Like state troopers, corpse flower, late bloomers. You know what I'm saying? He said dudes are talking about the old ways, okay, boomer. So I don't know who he's addressing specifically there. I don't know if he's just talking about old school rap dudes that are romanticizing old school rap and want things to be the old way and are not acknowledging the new school guys that are coming up that are getting busy. Because he said corpse flower. Late boom, corpse flower, you're a dead flower, right? Is what he's saying. But you're also a late bloomer, meaning you were late into accomplishing whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in life. You were a late bloomer. So again, he could be talking about maybe Joey Badass again. I don't know. Joey Badass. When you think of boomer, also by the way, you think of the baby boomer generation. So he's saying again, old dudes, old ways. But I don't know if you would consider Joey Badass a boomer in rap standards, or you could just be talking about in general from what he's seen from the old heads too. You know what I'm saying? But that's interesting. But I like how he played that, how he wrote that, right? Corpse flower, dead flowers, late bloomers. You're just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all late bloomers, man. You know, you're dead. You can't bloom if you're a dead flower. Talking about how we move and he said, Ferris Bueller got no regard for the new school. I'm so appalled. So Ferris Bueller is a movie called Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's when a high school kid in the movie, he took a day off of school. He skipped school, right? So Ferris Bueller got no regard for the new school. Coming off of kind of what I said earlier, again, it's just tying into that. Old school heads, they have no regard. They have no respect for the new school. I'm so appalled.
And then what did he say when he ended it, man? Know where I'm getting my power, truthfully. Don't really deal in probablys, right? Just Godspeed. So the way I'm defining that is just he knows he's destined for greatness, man. You know, it's destined and God has his back. You know, when you say Godspeed though, typically it's like safe journey, Godspeed to you, you know, bless you, you know what I mean? Hope of all the riches and positivity that I can kind of bestow upon you, you know what I mean? So that's what I kind of feel like he's like, dude, you know, there is no probablys. It ain't like I'm hopefully going to make it. It's destined.
Yep. And I think he might be saying like God, this might be an entendre there as well. At God's speed, God's pace. You know what I mean? Just God's speed. So yeah, man, that was super dope. I love. We were kind of working on breaking the bars down, man, but the way he was in and out of certain pockets in that, man, the fast, sped it up, slowed it down, is so unique to Mick.
Who did the beat?
Smino, shout out to Smino and Opalo. Shout out to the production team. They crushed the beat.
Yeah,
but
man.
Mick's flow, while that beat was going off, while it was built and how he was coming in and out of the pockets was excellent. This across the board was dope.
It was, dude.
Lyricism, beat, pockets and cadences that he got into, nasty, just a complete great rap song, rap freestyle or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if Mick has an EP or something like that I think maybe coming out or has already come out, because I thought I saw that somewhere that he had an EP that's maybe out. I'm gonna check that out. But man, make sure y'all check out his new EP when it drops or if it's already out. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, Mick is one of them dudes, man. I want to end it by saying he has been one of the greatest rappers we have had in rap. It's just that, again, rap is in a weird place with marketing, and it's just hard for people who are like dense lyricists and guys who are like truly about the purity of just being great at the art of rapping to really cut through. It's a little bit harder these days. But man, I want to make sure we acknowledge that he's been one of the best rappers in the game for a long time at this point.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? So salute to Mick. And that's it, man. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost to Vegas.
We out.